So this is the part 2 of the Philippine art history. So we will now begin with carving. Okay. So in carving in Cordilleras, they have their bulul. So when we say bulul, that is on the image which is in the lower portion. Okay, that is called a bulul or bulul, or they also call it as tinagtago. It is a carved wooden figure used to guard the rice crop by the Ifugao. Okay, and their sub-tribe, they have their sub-tribe, the Kalanguya, which are the peoples of the northern Luzon. And in Ifugao, they also have this Hagabi, okay, the upper portion, okay, that platform. It is traditionally a large ceremonial bench which is carved by the wealthy Ifugao families, which symbolizes wealth, power, and prestige. Okay. Another one in Laguna and Pampanga, they have their Santos, that is in the lower portion. So the word Santos actually came from the Spanish word, which means saint. So it is a religious symbol carved in wood, which represents their saint. Okay, and in the southern Philippines, we also have our okir. Okay, that is on the upper portion. Okir or okil. Okay, it is the term for this rectilinear and curvilinear plant-based design, which has a folk motif. Okay, it can usually be found in the Moro and Lumad people of the southern Philippines, as well as parts of the Sabah. Okay, um, take a look at the design or the detail of that carving. Okay, next is we also have this sarimanok. Okay, I know you are familiar with that, and actually it also has a feminine name or a feminine form, which is known as papanok. Okay, so this is a legendary bird of the Maranao people, which originated here in the Mindanao. Okay, so if on the other country they have their legendary bird is phoenix, we also have ours, which is sarimanok. Next is the panolong. That is a house ornament fashioned by the Maranao people. Okay, so that is a carved beam. That is a beam which is carved actually, which produces a style for the house together with the okir motif. Okay, the okir motif, guys, is take a look at this image on the lower right portion. Okay, that is the okir, the style of carving. Okay, and we also have this sunduk. Okay, that is the man's grave marker. Okay, that will be your marker. Depending upon your style, that will be your marker. So that was used until the mid 20th century, which reflects the gender of the deceased. Okay, so for the male, they have a different style as well as for the female. So as you can see, actually, there is a man carving on the top portion. So that is the man, and the woman, then just take a look at its physical features. Okay, next, let's proceed to pottery. So in pottery, or the anthropomorphic jars, we are going to take a look at this manunggul jar, okay, and the metal age. So yeah, take a look at here one. So these are the manunggul jars. So they place their families, their deceased families here. Okay, so moving on, we also have under the pottery, we have the palayok. Okay, these three actually looks like the same and usually looks like it serves the same purpose, but actually it's not. Okay, the palayok, tapayan, and the banga. Palayok is a clay pot used as the traditional food preparation container in the Philippines. Okay, so usually ginagamit nato na siya karon as, or mo na ang substitute nato karon, ginatawag nato kaldero. Okay, and if you are also cooking some viand or ulam, which is masabaw, then you will be using palayok. Okay, that was before. And tapayan, on the other hand, or tadyao, is an earthenware jar that is usually used in storing liquids for fermentation. Okay, that is tapayan. So you will not use tapayan as palayok and palayok as tapayan. No, they have different purposes. Okay. The banga, on the other hand, it's pronounced as ba nga, not bang a. Okay, banga, which means pot. It is an earthen container which originated in the Cordillera region. Okay, and yeah, they are found in Kalinga villages. So it has different purposes. It can store food, etc. Any thing that you want to. Okay, that is a general. Next, the pagbuburnay, it is the art of making clay pots. Okay, which is called burnay. Okay, or that's why it's called pagbuburnay. Okay, which originated in the vegan in the Ilocos Sur. So this would date from the pre-colonial times, which were introduced by our friends Chinese, okay, to the locals, and passed down from generation to generation. And it was actually featured in the national TV. Next, weaving. We will now proceed with the textile weaving. So the purpose of the weaving, okay, is for the reverence for the spirits in nature. Okay, that's why it has different colors with to represent their different spirits and different ancestors, and it has its own criteria for beauty and its socio-political structures, like the color. If you will be using this brand of color, you are from Maguindanao, you are from this place in Mindanao, okay, and so on and so forth. So these fabrics or these weavings are made from fibers and pigments. So in fibers, it may be cotton, it may be abaca, and most usually pineapple leaves. And in pigments, it can be clay, it can be roots or leaves. Okay, but usually we are using now are the leaves and the stem. Okay, textile weaving. So we have here the malong, pisyabit, langkit. We have a malong in the house. We usually use it as a blanket, but its purpose actually is it is a traditional Filipino bangsamoro or rectangular tube-like wrap around skirt. Okay, that is a skirt which has a bearing of geometric or okir designs. So if you're going to take a look at the malong, some of its designs are actually have an okir-like design, just like what I mentioned earlier. And the pis siabit is a headcloth, okay, or the pis. That's why it's called pis, because it's head cloth, okay, which is usually worn by the Tausug men. It also has geometric pattern, just like the malong, and it is usually made from silk, okay, weaving, and its technique, the way it is woven, is called siabit. That's why it's called pis siabit. Next is the langkit. Langkit is the marnao, it's marnao word meaning a strip of multicolored fabric, which is in a design or style of malong, except that it is very long. Okay, so it can be used at the top or at the bottom, but one thing that would discern it from a malong is that it is very long, it is very lengthy. Okay, so in weaving, aside from body ornaments, weaving is also essential for productivity of natives, like baskets and mat weaving, just like this one, the head sling baskets and the bubo. Okay, bubo or the fish trap. Dili siya bubo, guys. Okay, it's bubo. Okay, it's a fish trap. We also have the tapomats. Okay, it's just actually a mat made by our Bajau friends, brothers and sisters. In body ornamentation, we have a manuscript found in 1590. Written in 1590. It's called Boxer Codex, or also known as the Manila Manuscript. It contains illustrations of the ethnic groups in the Philippines at the time of their initial contact with the Spaniards. Okay, the time of their first contact. So it represents various ethno-linguistic groups where the following are classified. So if you are in upper class Tagalog, your ornamentation are usually embroidered with gold jewelry. And if you are Visayan, your body ornament is tattoo. Okay? Usually. So this is the Baxter Codex. That's it for the Baxter Codex. Okay? So let's take a look at the tattoo. So tattoo is a means of protection of an individual from evil spirit. Okay, that's why they have their own tattoo that time in the history. And it is a badge of maturity and bravery. That's why the warriors before are awarded with a tattoo whenever they won a specific war or a battle. They are awarded with a tattoo. So as with if you are getting a birthday, you are getting a tattoo. Okay, which means if you have many tattoos, it can be that you are the elder because of the time, or you are one of the greatest warrior. Okay, so provinces like the Kalinga, Kankanay, Ibaloy, and Ifugao are practicing tattoo up until now. Okay, so let's move on to the jewelry. So jewelry, it makes the wearer more attractive and pleasing to the gods. Okay, just like Tiboli, they wear brass chains, bells, and colorful beads to please the gods. Okay, we also have this lotons, or the betel nut boxes, which are made of brass or bronze. And the lost wax, or the sire perdue, it is a metal casting, molds filled with liquefied metal and which it hardens. And the other vessels is the brass kendi and the gadur, which symbolizes as your status, or it is an heirloom pieces in which you can pass it from generation to generation because it is very expensive up until now, actually, because it is made of gold or brass. Okay, that's it.